Hello, welcome to another edition of Truth Viral Television. I'm TV. I'm the host of Truth Viral Television. That's TV, where the truth goes viral. Let's talk about survival. Let's talk about economic survival. Let's talk about surviving the United States of America in the state that it's in at this point in time in history. Today is February 23rd, 2016. Are you prepared economically if our currency collapses? Do you have a backup plan on how to survive? What are you going to spend in the event that the dollar is worth little to nothing? What are you going to do if the dollar goes away completely? Have you been watching the global markets? Have you seen what China's done with their currency? Are you aware that they've been accepted into the International Monetary Fund, that's the IMF, and now they have SDR rights, special drawing rights. That all starts this year in 2016. November, I believe. Maybe October, somewhere close to the end of the year. It's probably September. Folks, what are you doing to get yourself prepared? Have you paid attention to the price of food in the last 50 years? It hasn't gone down. What's the best survival technique? I'll tell you, I have some experience in survival. I'll just cut right to the chase. The number one key to survival is community. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many guns you have. Doesn't matter how deep your bunker is. Doesn't matter how many generators you might have, or how many solar panels you might have, or how much water or food or that you have stored up. Again, YouTube. The number one key to survival. Community. That's right, community. You need to form a community of like-minded people that want to survive like yourself. Your chances of just surviving just got a lot better. Let me give you an example about safety in numbers, since it's basically the same thing that I'm telling you. Let's say in the end you had been able to put away one gun and one bullet. Yeah, that's right, one bullet. If somebody came along and had another bullet for that gun, well, that would make you feel twice as safe now, wouldn't it? How about a third bullet? Boy, you're feeling a lot better now, aren't you? You see, there's safety in numbers, YouTube. You need to pull together with your family and friends and people within your community, and be careful about telling people about how much and where, and your bug out people. You need to find people that are trustworthy. Again, I say to you, YouTube, are you ready? Are you ready to survive the coming events that are taking place in our country? Things that we know that it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, but it's a matter of when. Some of these things are already happening right now, and people around you probably aren't even noticing them. What a shame. Everything's on sale right now. I hope you know that. We have not reached the point of hyperinflation where a loaf of bread at the store costs you $300. So go out right now while food is cheap. I know it seems expensive, but it's not. It's cheap. Everything is on sale. You can still... Do you folks realize that they don't have enough food for more than 3 or 4 days at the grocery stores? And you think it's going to last 3 days? You're crazy. You not seen when they shut the EBT cards off? Have you not seen when they had the what was the weather this year in the East Coast, where all the stores shelves were completely empty. People getting ready, or people getting caught with their pants down, is what happens. How do you hedge your investment? How do you hedge your investment to make sure your actual what you have? You know, how do you make sure that you can secure your wealth? Well, I'm going to give you a quick story, and I'm trying to make this video not super long, but look, check this out. If Grandpa, he gave you 50, let's see, well, let's go this way. If 50 years ago, Grandpa stored away, let's say just $3,100 bills for you, 3,000 years, or excuse me, $3,000. Well, $3,000 50 years ago might have bought the farm. What's $3,000 worth today? Well, it's still worth $3,000, but it just won't buy you as much, will it? What if he would have bought you silver? You know, 50 years ago, I think silver was just a few bucks an ounce. What's it going for today? Even though the price of metals are really super suppressed, silver's been up to $50 before. It's down at like $15 right now. If he would have bought you, well, let's say if it was $2 an ounce, he could have bought you 1,500 ounces of silver. What's 1,500 ounces of silver times $15? Do the math, folks. What would have been a better investment to buy you? Silver? Or just stacking those $100 bills up and hoping that you'll make money on interest? We're getting ready to go into negative interest rates, folks. That's NIRP, negative interest rate program. Come on, YouTube, pay attention here. The collapse is happening right now. I want to talk about what I feel is, again, the #1 key to survival is community. Secondly, the most important thing that I can tell you is that you have to have food. Don't make the mistake that I've made through the years and, you know, trial and error. I'm just going to cut right to the chase with you and try to get to you so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did, YouTube. Freeze-dried food weathers. What I mean is, I don't care how cold it gets or how hot it gets. If you're storing your food and you can't keep it climatically controlled, freeze-dried foods. Or dehydrated, but I would recommend freeze-dried. 0 oxygen, 0 liquids, you know, space food, space ice cream, all that stuff. Yep. Long-term storage. That's how it's going to last. That's what I want you to, you know what? I don't care how many guns. If you've got a bunch of guns and you got generators and you got a bug out and you got all this, but you don't have a bunch of storage, sell it all and go buy food. 30 years from now, food isn't going to be any cheaper. 20 years from now, food isn't going to be any cheaper. 10 years from now, food isn't going to be. 5 years. You get where I'm going with this, YouTube? Come on now. I really want you folks to survive out there. I make these videos to try to help people. So what I want you to do is, remember, you can't eat guns. You can't eat gold. And you can't eat your generator or your solar panels. So start looking into long-term food storage. And of course, 3 weeks without food and only 3 days without water. So obviously you need to find a gravity-fed filtration system that doesn't require electricity. Big Berkey, ProPure, Alexapure. There's a whole bunch of different ones out there. Okay, these are the type that have the filters on the top, and they filter out 99.9% of all the impurities, fluoride, you know, all the toxic chemicals that are put into our water system. Guys, I'm running out of time here, but look, I wanted to make this video. Again, the most important thing, community. #2, food and water. 3rd would probably be heat. Guys, check out the sun. What's going on with the sun? The sun is changing. We're recycling. The sun is cycling into I'm gonna come right out and tell you, you can do the homework for yourself, YouTube. We're going into a mini ice age right now as we speak. So start thinking about staying warm, okay? What is fuel? Wood is fuel. You ever think about it that way? Start thinking about alternative heating sources when the power goes out. How are you going to heat your house? Okay, ammo can stoves, little potbelly stoves, all those type things work. Okay, food is fuel for the body. Okay, fuel to keep yourself warm. Start thinking about that. Alternative sources on how to stay warm. Light is pretty important, but you know what? I'd rather be warm than light. And if you think about it, anytime you have a source of warmth, it's going to put out a little light. So, YouTube, I thank you so much for watching this video. Please feel free to comment. Leave any suggestions that you might have down at the bottom. If you disagree with what I said, that's alright. You know what? Everybody has a different way of surviving, but I'll tell you what, the key that I gave you, community, food and water, heat, and of course security. Do not forget about security. You've got to protect the things that you have. So please, again, leave any kind of comments that you might have. I'm Truth Viral. I thank you so much for watching.